Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Hope you are all having a wonderful holiday season so far. Christmas is just around the corner. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial for this cocoa berry look using the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette. Now I'm hoping to do a review on this palette as well, a review video that is. I've run into a bit of snafu about it. For more info on that, you can follow me on my Facebook page. I'm the Charming Cheshire. Oh, it's all sorts of crazy, but let's go ahead and get into the makeup tutorial. I hope you enjoy. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using Urban Decay's primer potion in Original to prime all over my eyelid. I'm going to apply it on the eyelid, all over pretty much, all the way up to the eyebrow, a little bit on the inner corners of my eyes, and I've actually been using this on the outer corners of my eyes because I get a lot of smudging right there in that outer corner since my eye turns down there and my eye gets really watery. And then I've also been putting it underneath my eye because I found that it's a really wonderful primer for putting concealer over it, and it locks in that concealer amazingly. And plus we're going to be putting some eyeshadows on my bottom lashes, so I need a little bit of primer there. Alright, and then I'm just going to give that a few seconds to dry. Alright, now I'm going to be taking a Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush, and I'm going to go into the shade Buttered Pecan. Right, can you see it? Wait, am I in frame? There I am. Okay, we'll go on this side. Buttered Pecan right here. Or sorry, Butter Pecan. Butter Pecan. Where can I talk today? Butter Pecan. And I'm going to apply that on my brow bone just for a little bit of highlight. And if it's coming down, because I don't have a whole lot of space, you know, my eyes are pretty small, so if it's coming down towards the crease, it's not a big deal at all. You'll notice that the brush that I'm using is pretty big. I like it because it's really dense and it packs on the color nicely. So, but it does take up a whole lot of space, but like I said, not a big deal to me at all. Alright, now I'm going to be taking a Made You Look by Lex makeup brush. I just got this set. I'm so excited. I am absolutely obsessed with it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. This is the original blending brush. And I'm going to go into the shade, which one was it? Oh, Nougat. Right here. And I'm going to apply this shade on the inner part of my eye, so I'm going to round it in towards my nose for some shadowing, and then up to the eyebrow as well as down, so just kind of curving it in. And this just provides me some nice shadowing, kind of contouring, I guess you could say, if you'd like, on the inner part of my eye. It doesn't show up too much, it's just sort of a soft wash of that nude pink. Like I said, mainly for shadowing purposes. Alright, now I'm going to be using the same brush for the shade Mousse right here at the bottom. And then Mousse, I'm going to take above the crease. So the outer half of my eye, but staying just above the crease for this one. And I'm going to pull it in just a little bit, just in the very, very center part of the crease where we put Nougat. And then I'm going to concentrate it a little bit more closer to the actual crease. Alright, now I'm going to take an original eyeshadow brush, and I believe this is from the 10-piece set from Made You Look by Lex. And I'm going to go into the shade, oops, grabbing shades with my fingertips already. I'm going to go into the shade Truffled right here. I'm going to apply that to the inner half of my eyelid. Now using that same brush, just wipe it off on a tissue. I'm going into the shade Hot Fudge, which is that nice dark deep brown right here. I'm going to apply that to the outer part of my eyelid. The smell is driving me absolutely crazy. It smells so good. I am such a chocoholic. All right, now comes one of the fun parts. I'm going to take the shade Blueberry Swirl right here, and I'm actually just going to be using my finger and dab it in like that. And then I'm going to dab it and apply it right on the very center of my lid, but keeping it really close to the lashes. It's kind of going right over my eye, where the center of my eye is. And I kind of came up with this idea because I wanted something, because I have blue-gray eyes and I am in love with this shade in the palette, and I wanted something that kind of made my blue eyes sort of stand out a little bit, or something that kind of blended in with the blue eyes without being an all-over blue look, because I really wanted to focus it, you know, on the browns as well, but this blue shade is phenomenal, so I wanted to feature it a bit without doing too much. So, and I really love the way this look turned out. It is one of my new favorite looks. All right, so I'm just packing on the color, being careful to keep it kind of really centered. But look how, isn't that such a pretty color? It is such a pretty color. Oh, obsessed. All right, now we're getting some fallout underneath the eye, and that's fine because I want that. I'm actually going to take what's left on my finger and dab it underneath my eye. And if you're getting messy a little bit underneath, that's okay. I'm going to clean it up. Be careful if you have long nails. Do not poke your eyeball out. Please do not poke your eyeball out. All right, now I'm going to be taking the Dome Crease Brush from the Made You Look by Lex 10-piece set, and I'm going to go into the shade Frosting, which is right here. Oops, could you see it? There, we'll turn it this way. There it is, there's Frosting. And that I'm going to apply underneath my bottom lashes, on the outer part of my eye, and then on the inner part of my eye, keeping the Blueberry Swirl alone. So on either side of the Blueberry Swirl, actually. Now taking that same brush, I just wiped it off on a tissue. I'm going to go back into the shade Blueberry Swirl, and I'm going to apply a little bit more to the center underneath my bottom lashes. All right, now it's time for me to go ahead and curl my lashes, so I'll be right back. All right, so I went ahead and curled my lashes and put on my base coat of waterproof mascara. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of cleanup. I'm going to be using a Coastal Scents flat buffer brush to just lightly dust away the fallout. And then I'm going to be taking something that I actually do not have with me. One second. Okay, I'm going to be using CoverGirl's True Blend Fix Stick in L5 through 7. And I'm going to apply a dash on the inner part, the outer part, and then a little bit in the middle. And then I'm going to really lightly blend that in with my finger. Because this is a more smokier look for me, a really soft eyeshadow look for me, I'm not too worried about the cleanup underneath, but if you'd like a more clean, precise line, you can do your foundation after you do your eyes, take a makeup wipe and completely wipe off any excess powder, clean up that edge, whatever you'd like to do, and then put on your foundation and face powder, etc., everything that you want to do. But since, like I said, this is a smokier look for me, something softer, I'm not too worried about it. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and set underneath my eyes with the Too Faced Cocoa Powder Foundation, since we're just doing the whole Too Faced Cocoa thing today. I'm in the shade Fair. And using that same buffer brush, I'm going to go ahead and just lightly set underneath. All right, now for my eyeliner, I'm going to be using Urban Decay's 24/7 Velvet Glide On Pencil in the shade Lush, which I'm sure you're tired of me using at this point because I use it so much. And I'm going to apply a wing just on the outer half of my eyelid. So I'm not going past the Blueberry Swirl. Now I'm going to take Kat Von D's Tattoo Liner in Trooper and apply a very, very thin line right up to my lashes. All right, now it's time for my main coat of mascara. And then I like to do one last little touch up. I'm going to be using that Made You Look crease dome brush again. Go back into frosting and then just lightly reapply underneath to make sure that the colors are still looking nice and strong and rich. And then I usually just use a setting spray to finish it all up, and that's it. That's the final look. I hope you enjoyed. And that's the end of the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. Please be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you did. Let me know if you're enjoying these sorts of videos. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or on my blog to stay up to date with recent videos, info, news, etc. I think that's it, everyone. Happy makeuping. I'll talk to y'all all very soon. Mwah. Bye.